stand in line to face the music and speak with these hands of mine like a pantomime. You on his team and plan to shine, you probably stab his spine. You watch who you stand in front of, you watch who you stand behind.
The bullets contain. They'll get everybody you played with. That chopper pick niggas up with no warning. It's a slave ship.
Hello. Welcome back to the Speak Our Language Show, and welcome back to another installment of the Blogger Side. You guys know me. I usually do rankings, usually for career performances, for an events. This time, in honor of Mother's Day and in honor of the ladies, I am doing a top 25 Queen of the Ring battles of all time. This is actually being recorded on Mother's Day, but I'm releasing it a couple days later just so everybody gets the opportunity to enjoy the weekend with their mother, their loved ones, and stuff like that. In preparation of doing this, man, it was just amazing to go down memory lane and look at all of the amazing battles that the Queen of the Ring platform has had to offer over the course of 13-14 years. A lot of times, right, we separate men's battle rap from women's battle rap, which isn't fair because a lot of what women have done in battle rap has been just completely foundational, informative of the evolution of battle rap in the past 10 years. So I just wanted to take the time and highlight some of the best battles on the Queen of the Ring platform. But without further ado, we're going to hop into the honorable mentions, then we're going to get into the top 25.
Leave that girl baby father alone. What? She gonna put a stop to you. Y'all would have thought we was drinking more wet the way Rose popped on. Who the fuck are you? Let's get one thing clear. I told Debo beforehand I wouldn't make it. I had to get a tooth extraction. That's the only reason I wasn't around, bitch. You better watch the throne. I've been the queen. Even my dentist said I need a crown, bitch! He's so entitled, I don't think that he'll actually get it until he's slashed and deaded. So after the battle, I'll pick the top on this Christian just to prove Jesus was really nappy-headed.
Yo, you in here overly aggressive? You wildin', bro. He up here doing all the shit he was scared to do to Calico.
My girlfriend called me a pervert for coming at you, Tory. Shit, I told her I eat young bitches too, nigga. Statutory.
And now that we are back, we're going to hop into number 25. Starting off the list, we have none other than KCJ versus 40 Bars, No Holds Barred 3, 2021. Amazing battle. A lot of people in that time period were feeling like KCJ was taking that mantle in terms of like one of the best female battlers of the era. And then obviously 40 has been holding it down for many years. And when you look at this battle, man, you just look at like just the hunger on both sides, right? KCJ proving that she belongs in like that elite conversation, and 40 Bars showing that like she still is one of the best to do it. I think that when you look at just the backstory, right, from them supposed to battle on Heir to the Throne, heck, and even beyond that, just the back and forth that they had before 2021. It was just a highly anticipated battle and a lot of animosity from a competitive aspect, and I really enjoyed the battle. I thought KCJ had one of her best performances. I felt like 40 Bars had a vintage performance against KCJ, and it made for one of the best battles between the ladies in 2021. So that's what I have at 25. At 24, I have Shuni the Rapper against C3, All Hail the Queens in 2017. This battle was a really entertaining battle and also extremely competitive. I thought Shuni the Rapper delivered a really vintage performance against C3. C3, her very consistent, delivering a really good performance in this battle too. The importance of this battle in particular is 2017 and 2018 were kind of like when Queen of the Ring were kind of like taking, I wouldn't necessarily say taking breaks, but they were in a weird spot where they weren't having as many events. You know what I'm saying? Debo at the time was considering retiring, so a lot of the Queen of the Ring platforms pretty much was in limbo. So a lot of the ladies had to go on to other leagues and battle and stuff like that. But this is one of those battles in between that time period that was really good, and you know, was one of the things that kept Queen of the Ring afloat. But Shuni the Rapper and C3 both delivered really great performances. Like I said, Shuni the Rapper had an extremely vintage performance, and C3 was just extremely well balanced as she usually is. So I really enjoyed that battle. That's what I have at number 24. At 23, this battle was a classic to me. You know, a really transformative piece of battle rap history for the ladies and just in general. Misfit against E Heart, the first 48 card, 2011. In my opinion, 2011 is one of the most important years in battle rap. It kind of shifts into 2012, which is the most important year in battle rap. But Misfit and E Heart, incredible battle, Clash of the Titans. Misfit at this time period was just a monster. She was just winning battles left and right. E Heart, one of the, in my opinion, one of like the foundational pieces of Queen of the Ring. She's actually one of the few ladies that had like one of the first battles under the on the Queen of the Ring platform, and I just think they delivered a really great style clash. E Heart, very bar heavy, has one of the best pins in battle rap, and you have Misfit, who's extremely aggressive but also has comedic value, right? So she just has a way of controlling the crowd, but also just cracking a lot of jokes on her opponent, and most of the time they land. Like, she goes at the juggler every time. I think it made for a really great style clash. So that's what I have at number 23. At number 22, I have Shayna Ashley against Gaddis. Very good battle. In my opinion, a very underrated battle. I feel like Shayna Ashley you know, had a really great performance. This was Gaddis' debut on the Queen of the Ring platform. Gaddis was already considered like one of those top-notch ladies in the battle rap fold, but for her to grace the Queen of the Ring stage was just extremely important for historical significance. Shayna Ashley had a really great opening round. I think I liked her second round too. You know, this was when she was like extremely hungry, right? Because I want to say a little bit before that, a couple battles before that, she had a little bit of turbulence with like preparation and stumbling and stuff like that. But she was extremely hungry in this battle, and Gaddis was just really came to play in this battle, with this being her debut. I thought both ladies delivered on all fronts when it comes to aggression, performance, delivery, and all that. I just thought they delivered a really great battle in that regard. At 21, I have 40 bars against Couture.
Coincidentally, it's March 9th. You ready to die again? This your life after death. Well, I guess then you can tell us what Biggie gotta say. Your drug addiction had you struggling with jazz. You Billie Holiday.
Another important battle for the platform. This was on Watch the Throne 3 on 2019. 2019 is the year where I felt like, you know, Queen of the Ring had their resurgence. You know, this was like a mega matchup, and this was a great way to kind of bring the Queen of the Ring platform back. Couture, legend. 40 bars, legend. A Clash of the Titans. I felt like both battlers delivered really great material. I felt like Couture was just her natural self, right? Just completely poised, you know, very angle based, right? 40 bars, same thing, extremely cutthroat, but also very intricate with her bars and stuff like that. And I feel like Couture was like one of the few ladies in this time period that really gave 40 bars a run for her money in the battle. Really dope battle. It was also a return for Couture. Couture was you know, not necessarily out of commission, but she pretty much took a break for a little bit. And for her to come back and deliver a really good performance against the person that's been holding Queen of the Ring down throughout all that time against 40 bars was just really incredible. Love that battle. That's what I have at 21. At 20, I have Miss Hustle against Old Red of the Hunger Games 2012. Another just very important battle for the platform. One of the first intergender battles of like high caliber battlers. O-Red, he came to play, to say the least. He took this battle very, very seriously, and salute to him for doing that. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was just extremely bar heavy. His first, like, it was a 1-rounder, so everything was action packed. In his first round or whatever, his 1 round, lay the tracks down is like still one of the more like classic lines delivered on Queen of the Ring. But Miss Hustle fought back. Like, you know, if you were just to watch like O-Red's first round, you would think that it was like Miss Hustle got demolished, but Miss Hustle actually constructed a really, really good round to kind of counterbalance what O-Red brought to the table. Really dope battle. This is kind of one of the battles that kind of propelled Miss Hustle to the upper echelon in terms of the women, because she was like one of the first ladies to take on a male of that magnitude in that time period, and held her own in that regard. So really enjoyed that battle. That's what I had at number 20. Now we're getting into the top 20. So at 19, another Miss Hustle battle, which you're going to hear a lot about Miss Hustle on this list. Same thing with 40 bars. But at 19, I have Miss Hustle and QB. This was also on the Watch the Throne card. 2012, you're going to hear a lot about 2012 as well too, because there's a lot of great battles happening on the Queen of the Ring platform that year. This was probably the biggest grudge match, I want to say, in Queen of the Ring history. You know, QB Black Diamond is like one of the most disrespectful battlers in battle rap, right? And her and Miss Hustle just had history for a long period of time. Like, the animosity was just at an all-time high. And if I'm being quite honest, I do think that the battle was good, but it wasn't as great as I would liked it to be. But I will say that, like, they both delivered. Miss Hustle lost her voice and still brought the same energy. You know what I'm saying? She could have easily melded in, you know what I'm saying, with just like the circumstances that she had going on. But she stuck in there, delivered really good material, really enjoyed her first round. Both of their first round were really good. I thought, you know, the momentum kind of slid down a little bit, but I think overall the battle was good, and it was just really, really great to see that they kind of pieced it up towards the end, hugged each other. You know what I'm saying? They just kept it wrapped. Obviously, there was times in the battle I thought things were going to go left. You know what I'm saying? They both kind of were talking each other's rounds and stuff like that, and then, like, a lot of hot button topics were like touched on in the battle. But for me to see them and just kind of piece it up at the end was just really, really great. So shout out to them for that battle. Really, really another important battle for the platform. One of the highest views battles on the platform. Another Clash of the Titans type situation. But yeah, one of the biggest grudge matches of all time. And pretty much they delivered. I would have liked the battle to be a little bit better, but I still think that, you know, it did what it was supposed to do. At 18, I have E Hart versus C3.
And I bring the heads of battle rappers back. You battle once again. That shit whack. How shit y'all queen when y'all barely seen that bitch rap? But let me make it lyrical. I'll use Drake and Meek so I can ask the facts. Cause I wanna know, how'd you make it so far, Reed, when you never been charged up enough to go back to back?
No Holds Barred 2, 2015. This was a really, really good battle. Extremely bar heavy. I mean, when you talk about E Hart, you're always going to get like a barrage of bars and a lot of great writing from E Hart. This was actually a test for C3. This was like one of the first major looks that she would get going against like the top tiered E Hart, and I thought she delivered. I thought her third round was incredible, heartfelt third round. But even outside of that third round, like, she was trying to go bar for bar, one of the best pins in battle rap. And you know, I just thought E Hart showed her why, like, she's of that upper echelon. Really, really enjoyed E Hart's first and second. Really enjoyed the battle. In my opinion, another underrated battle for the Queen of the Ring. I think that a lot of people, if you haven't watched this battle, you need to watch this battle because I think it just showcases what both of their strengths, whether it's C3 being extremely well balanced with like being lyrical, but also having like angle-based content, and then E-Heart just having just incredible material. So really enjoy that battle. That's what I have at 18. And at number 17, another highly tense battle. And it's kind of ironic how things play out because now they're like, you know, one of the more prominent 2-on-2s in battle rap. But at 17, we have Shuni the Rapper against Farrah Funeral. This was on the Bar Exam 2011. Just a lot of history behind this battle, right? For starters, the battle was split into two. So like the first clip, I want to say it only contained the first round, and the second clip contained the second and third. I want to say collectively, both clips put together, I think they eclipsed the 800 view mark, maybe 700 view mark, but overall, really intense battle. Shuni the Rapper, this performance really put her over. I feel like this was like one of her earlier performances that really made her be deemed as like a dangerous threat. Farrah Funeral came with really good material. I just thought that in this particular battle, Shuni was just left earth, but I don't think Farrah just got outclassed in every round. I thought Farrah fought in a really good battle, but I just think that Shuni the Rapper was just extremely just incredible. I don't know that many people that would have beat Shuni that night just because of how top notch she was. The rebuttal that she had about Rex was just insane. Just the personals, the intensity, just yeah, like it gave me that like when you watch this battle, it like gives you that old feel of battle rap where everything was just extremely intense. You know, everything every time you watch the battle, you felt like it was gonna go left, and this was another situation. It's another situation where they battled and then they made amends and then now they're best friends. So it's just crazy how things work out. But I think this was another extremely important battle for the Queen of the Ring platform. So that's what I have at 17. At 16. I have C3 against Tori Doe. I mean, a lot of people know this battle for insert clip here.
My surround sound off. She gonna push my buttons till I point. Then the release gonna have my arm jerking like I'm trying to change the channel when the remote not working.
But honestly, the battle's just good in general. I know a lot of people think about that bar and they just think about just Tori Doe's return, but I thought C3 again just having another good performance. I know it kind of get lost in the mix because Tori Doe kind of left Earth and she was just like, that's probably one of her best performances ever. She probably had one of the best rounds ever in Queen of the Ring history, one of you know what I'm saying, and on top of that, it being like on the no holds barred card, which is like one of the marquee cards of Queen of the Ring. It was just stellar on her end, but I don't think it was just as one-sided as one would think. I thought C3 was also really good in the battle too. But yeah, a really good battle. Tori Doe was in rare form. Just had a lot of haymakers. She was just very comfortable. It was really good to see her come back against a hungry battler and showcase why she should be considered one of those perennial top tier individuals in Queen of the Ring. So shout out to them for that battle. At 15, one of the highest viewed battles on the Queen of the Ring platform.
When your fans say dumb shit, I feel like harming them. Yeah, we sound similar, but we different, bro. We homonyms. You.
And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was also one of the first battles to hit 1 million views. The battle I'm referring to is 40 Bars and Bonnie Godiva, the Do or Die card 2013. What is there to say about this battle? In a lot of people's eyes, it was a mirror match in terms of like just like how they deliver their bars, how like they're both kind of pin heavy. But it's safe to say that like 40 kind of showed the difference in this battle. This is another situation where like 40 was put into a somewhat of a high stakes battle and showcase why like she's one of the best. Just another great performance from a lyrical aspect, from just being super cutthroat, being super locked in. really enjoyed her first round, and in my opinion, I thought she rode uphill. Every round she got better and better, which just showcased her evolution as a rider. And I thought Bonnie Godiva was also really good in this battle, but this was another situation where I just felt like 40 bars just kind of showed levels. And she was just in rare form. And it's another situation where I just felt like nobody was going to beat 40 bars that night. She was just extremely, extremely great. And like I said, this battle sits as like one of the, I think it's like the third highest viewed battle on the Queen of the Ring platform, and I think it was the first ever a million view battle on the platform. So shout out to them for that accomplishment. That's what I had at 15. Now we're getting to the top 15. At 14, another great battle, in my opinion, another Clash of the Titans type battle. I have Miss Hustle versus Miss Fit, another style clash. You have Miss Hustle with like her aggression, you know what I'm saying, her presence and her performative aspect that she brings to the battle. Then you have Misfit, who's also super aggressive, but also again just knows how to like crack jokes, knows how to angle, knows how to talk to her opponent.
Plus, you ugly as fuck, wearing the dustiest pumps. You can fly for a day, then you dusty for months.
Really, really dope battle. A lot of great moments. Miss Hustle brought out Profit in the third round or whatever, which was really crazy. Misfit with I'm not even gonna repeat some of the jokes she said, but Misfit just completely just controlling the pace of the battle in between the first and second round and stuff like that. Really, really great battle. I thought that this was probably one of Misfit's more important battles because like her and E Hart was important, but around this time Miss Hustle was of the upper echelon in this time period, and like every time we saw Miss Hustle, she was either delivering or she was either the talk of the town when it came to Queen of the Ring, or when it came to URL, because she was also considering herself the queen, the first lady of URL as well too. So that battle meant a lot to Misfit. So yeah, really great battle. That's what I have at 14. And that was Bars Over Everything in 2013. At 13, one of the biggest body bags of all time, in my opinion, Couture against Miss Pac. I talked about this performance for I don't know how many times I talk about this performance on this channel, but just complete domination, just complete disrespect. The props, just the way that she was just able to get under Miss Pac's skin, the way she kind of just changed the landscape of her career with her performance. I just thought Couture was just, man, like that's probably one of the most dominant wins on Queen of the Ring and just in battle rap history. And that's the performance. A lot of like that's the performance that put Couture on. Like that's how she got that push as being like one of those like extremely angle-based battlers, you know what I'm saying? And I think that without that performance, I mean, heck, without that performance, she wouldn't progress to be one of the best female battlers that there is. But I just think that performance is like one of the best performances in Queen of the Ring history, and easily one of the more dominant wins in Queen of the Ring history as well, which is funny because that's going to lead into the next spot. At number 12, I have Jazz the Rapper against 40 Bars, No Holds Barred 2014. Another dominant performance. What makes this a little bit more I guess remarkable is because, one, at this time period, like it was a Clash of the Titans battle between Jazz and 40. 40 called out Jazz for a long period of time. And believe it or not, to a lot of people's eyes, like Jazz was coming in as the underdog because at this point 40 was on fire. Like you're talking right after she beat Daylight, even all the body of work that she had before that, she was just on fire. And a lot of people you know what I'm saying, felt like the Jazz that battled Miss Hustle, they felt like they felt like the battle was underwhelming, and it felt like that Jazz could not see 40 in any atmosphere. So Jazz, understanding the circumstances and also having her back against the wall, understood that she had to come with her best material and her best overall performance, and I think she just did that. Like she delivered on all fronts, from a performative aspect, from a bar heavy aspect, crowd participation, angles, just went for the juggler every round. Gun so big the shit don't work. The Luther Vandross bar, the Carlisa flip, like she was just incredible.
The Riverside, motherfucker. Now I got all the juice. Turn the cam on. Hit that bitch in the head with a bottle of vodka to show 40 proof, like I told you, you die.
And unfortunately, 40 is like one of 40's lower points. You know, she just didn't have enough prep time. She didn't plan properly, as she said, and it kind of showed, right? She just seemed out of her element and stuff like that. Anybody can tell you that, like, if she was prepared, that then it would have been a way more competitive battle and a way more different outcome. But this stands out as one of the more dominant wins in battle rap history as well, and also on Queen of the Ring history, and one of the in a lot of people's eyes an upset, because a lot of people wasn't expecting Jazz to beat 40 in the fashion that she did. But also another important platform, another important battle for the platform and for Jazz's career. So that's what I have at 12. At 11, I don't know how I didn't see the pattern that I set here, but this is funny. At 11, I have Pharaoh Funeral against Misfit. This was Panic Room 4 2019. 2019, like I mentioned before, is kind of like that resurgence year for Queen of the Ring. Another dominant performance. Yeah, Misfit on her comeback. A lot of people are kind of questioning, like, you know, can she come back and still be as effective as she was before? And the short answer is yes. She actually came back a tad bit sharper, in my opinion. I thought she was a little bit more bar heavy. I thought she kept the same, like, joking aspect that, like, has always helped her in the battles. But I also think that, like, her angles were just extremely potent. Obviously the big controversy, the third round that she had, you know, pertaining to Farrah and, like, her you know, her parent or whatever, but just well executed. You know what I'm saying? The face off kind of helped propel the anticipation of the battle, and then even all the stuff after the battle just kind of makes people want to watch the battle more. Another situation where people just wasn't expecting Misfit to dominate the battle in the fashion that she did.
It's the truth, I swear. Did you lose a truth for them? Alexis, you named your son Bentley and took an Uber here. No!
And another dominant win, and one of the most viral wins on the platform as well, and one of the most talked about wins of the year as well too. So had to put that on the list. You know, another crown jewel for Misfit. I just think this battle was extremely important and just helped Misfit's career, and also solidified the fact that she's a legend. I know that was in question for a little bit because she took a lot of time away from the game, but this for sure solidified that she's, like, a legend. And now we're getting into the top 10. We have at the 10 spot, another, just the magnitude of this battle was just insane. But at 10, I have 40 bars against Miss Hustle on the royalty card in 2020, right before the pandemic. Just incredible buildup, right? You're talking about 40 coming off of, well, the previous year of her having, like, the most battles she's ever had in her career. But namely, really, you're coming off of, like, the Summer Impact situation where, you know, her and E Hart don't get through their material, they forfeit, and it's just the overall bad look for 40 and whatnot. And then you have Miss Hustle, who at this point in time was considered, like, the woman that was running female battle rap. And, you know, you have, again, 40, one of the rare times where you can say, like, 40 was, like, a legit underdog, and I felt like 40 felt the pressure, and answered it emphatically. Incredible battle. I think the stakes in this battle was extremely high. Another situation where this is like a giant versus a giant. I just thought that 40 bars delivered like another career-defining performance. Miss Hustle was also really, really good. Showcased consistency, and also showcased that when she was making her comeback, she's going to be as dangerous as she was before. But I think that the story here is just 40 just putting all the doubters to rest and letting her know that like what happened in Summer Impact just not just like is an anomaly, and she's still one of the best to do it. So extremely important battle. And it was also one of the it kind of hinted towards the URL and Queen of the Ring collaborations that they would soon do in the later portion of 2020 and so on and so forth. So really, really great battle, important battle, also just important for battle rap history. And now we're at number 9. In my opinion, in a lot of people's eyes, this battle is another foundational piece of Queen of the Ring's advancement. You have Shayna Ashley against Farrah Funeral.
True Queen of the Ring, no Layla. Add a nigga neck like Whoopi with that razor. I poured shots, I met Henny with no chaser. If Star gave you wars, then bitch, I'm Darth Vader.
2011, the early stages of Queen of the Ring. Very good battle. It actually ages really, really well. Sometimes you get battles in that 2010, 2011 time period where it's just a product of its time period. But I watched the battle like not too long ago, and I still think it's a really, really good battle. Really great performance from Farrah Funeral. Really great performance from Shayna Ashley. This battle put them both on the map, made them fan favorites out the gate. Really great battle, and it kind of solidified the important, or not necessarily the importance, but it widened the reach of the Queen of the Ring platform, right? Because you got to understand that like when you're first establishing a league, you need those groundbreaking battles to kind of like put everyone else on notice. And I think this battle did exactly what it needed to do. In a lot of people's eyes, it's like considered the first classic of Queen of the Ring. And rightfully so, because I feel like both of these battlers had like just a vintage performance, and like you could arguably say this is one of their top 5 performances of their career, early on in the infancy of the Queen of the Ring platform. So I had to put this in the top 10 just because it meant a lot to the platform, it meant a lot to each battler. Shayna Ashley is extremely bar heavy. Her punches was crazy. Farrah Funeral with her aggression, just really, really good battle. Really good battle. At number 8, the first ever 2-on-2 battle on the Queen of the Ring platform. You have Don Lady and Tori Doe versus Farrah Funeral and Shuni the Rapper, Funeral, if you will. The first ever Watch the Throne, 2012. Highly, highly entertaining, and another battle where like the intensity was just at an all-time high. Like I mentioned before, Farrah and Shuni had their clash, but now they're pretty much like synonymous with one another. Like they're just always connected, right? So you have those two against Don Lady and Tori Doe. Don Lady and Tori Doe both being extremely charismatic. Really great style clash. You have the aggressive nature of Farrah Funeral and Shuni against the charismatic side of Don Lady and Tori Doe with the jokes and stuff like that. Just a really, really good battle. It was interesting to see the dynamic, how both teams operated differently. You had like Farrah and Shuni kind of trading off bars, whether it was every 2, every 4, and then you had like Don Lady do like a whole ISO round, just killing it the first round, and then you had Tori Doe doing her little bit of an isolation round in the second a little bit. So it was just great. It was entertaining, but it was also the dynamic of which the 2-on-2s were operating was kind of entertaining too, because you had like the isolation rounds, but then you also had like Farrah and Shuni just trading off every few lines. So just a really good battle, highly entertaining. Another, I want to say this is also the 5th highest viewed, or in the top 5 in terms of like the highest viewed battles on the Queen of the Ring platform. So great battle, highly entertaining. Yeah, not much to say about that. At number 7, you have Shayna Ashley against Misfit. I just recently mentioned Shayna Ashley with Farrah Funeral, but this is another battle like a year later where she just delivers another great performance against Misfit. And this is not the first time I mentioned Misfit either. This is when Misfit was on her run, and this is when Shayna Ashley was showing that like she's one of the most dangerous battlers on the Queen of the Ring platform. When prepared, obviously. Really great battle. In a lot of people's eyes, like both of them had like one of their career high performances in this battle. This happened in the Panic Room 2, 2012. Panic Room being one of their another marquee installment for Queen of the Ring. Really enjoyed the battle. I thought Misfit just continuously being herself and just being extremely effective. Shayna Ashley just being extremely rugged, very punch heavy, very aggressive. The style clash made for like a really, really great battle, in my opinion. Shayna Ashley's best battle of her career for sure. That's what I have at number 7. At number 6, we get into E Hart versus First Lady Flames, Heir to the Throne 2021. I feel like the name of the event is just extremely fitting. Like I mentioned before with 40 Bars and Bonnie Godiva, this battle to a degree is a little bit of a reflective battle between E Hart and First Lady Flames. A lot of comparisons, although I feel like they both kind of rap different and kind of have slightly different ways of penning their material. Just extremely reflective in that like both of these battlers always got the same like comparisons from one another, but I think they both showcase why they're different. I thought E Hart was a lot more angle based in this battle, did a lot more talking to her opponent, and First Lady Flames was just her traditional self, which is not a problem, but it was just something different I seen from E Hart. So I guess she took the comparisons a little bit personal and wanted to show the difference. But great battle. In my opinion, this was a top 10 battle of 2021, which 2021 was a crazy year. Both of them was just going at each other's throats the entire battle. Extremely debatable battle. When I watch this battle, like I just amazed at how competitive it is and how how amped up they both are for the battle. You know what I'm saying? E Hart is usually cool, calm, but like in this battle, she was like really was going after it. And First Lady Flames was just showcasing that she's like one of those newcomers that are like trying to ascend to that higher level. But that's what I have at number 6. At number 5, another 2-on-2, and I think you guys know what I'm gonna point to. You have NWX, DNA, and K-Shine versus 40 Bars and Bonnie Godiva, No Holds Barred 2, 2015. The highest viewed battle on the platform. Extremely impactful for the brand. And also during the time period where 2-on-2s were thriving. Again, there's a situation where nobody knew what to expect, right? With 40 Bars and Bonnie Godiva, people just assumed that like their styles complemented one another, but nobody was expecting them to both kind of have not both kind of have, but just all in all have a great performance against one of the best 2-on-2s out at the moment. DNA K-Shine took the battle very seriously, like just treated it like a real battle, and I appreciate that. Just extremely incredible in the battle, and 40 Bars and Bonnie Godiva gave them a run for their money in this battle. Really enjoyed it. High replay value. A lot of things were touched upon. You know what I'm saying? I feel like both sides delivered a really good battle, and it was just dope to see intergender 2-on-2 just performed in a way that was just very good and has a lot of replay value. So shout out to them for that. Now that was the 5th spot, so now we're getting into the top 5. So these 5 I just feel like are just extremely undeniable. At 4, in my opinion, one of the best and one of the most important battles on the platform. E Hart versus 40 Bars, Watch Your Throne 2, 2016. what can I say about this battle? This battle, in my opinion, in a lot of people's eyes, was like determining who was the actual Queen of the Ring. You had E Hart, who was again taking that mantle once again, even though we knew from the start like she was like one of the best to do it. But then you have 40 Bars, who was also like, you know, was one of the best to do it on the platform too, highest viewed, has some of the most battles on the platform, and consistently winning. And this was another Clash of the Titans situation, and I felt like it delivered on all fronts. E Hart was incredible, 40 Bars was incredible. Both of them came out swinging in their first round. Yeah, just an incredible battle. I just feel like this is the most competitive battle that E Hart has had on the Queen of the Ring platform, the actual Queen of the Ring platform, because her and First Lady Flames is technically a Queen of the Ring event, but it was like Caffeine and URL kind of like was like it was a collaborative event, but like in the actual Queen of the Ring platform, I just felt like this was like one of the hardest performances she stood in front of on the platform. And then 40 Bars was just incredible. E Hart was just incredible. I love this battle. It's probably the battle I rewatched the most, just because just a lot of great content and a lot of great material. So that's what I have at number 4. At number 3, this may be a high for a lot of people, but I think this sits perfectly, just because I just think it's a classic battle. I have Couture against Jada Ray on the Panic Room. Really good battle. Couture coming off the Miss Pat performance, and a lot of people are anticipating how she's going to follow up that. And then you have Jada Ray. Jada Ray, her third round was just incredible. Really good third round, one of the best third rounds in my opinion on the platform. And then Couture just being like just delivering on all fronts, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I feel like Jada Ray kind of matched Couture when it came to disrespect, when it came to personals, angles, and stuff like that. But in the end, it's still, the battle just felt even. Like, this is probably one of the most debatable battles on the Queen of the Ring platform. And happening in 2012, once again, a year where it just seems to have like some of the best classics that you can ask for. But really enjoyed the battle. Couture once again showing that like she's a dangerous up and comer in that time period. Jada Ray showing that like she can hang with the best of them. So really enjoyed the battle. That's what I have at number 3. At number 2, I have First Lady Flames against Vixen the Assassin, Watch the Throne 4 in 2020. Oh man, this was an important battle for, if you want to call it, the newer generation of the ladies, which, if we're being technical, both ladies have been around for a long time. You can find Vixen's performing in like 2012, 2013 or whatnot. But in terms of like just their introduction to the audience, right? Because Caffeine, COVID, a whole new demographic of battle rap, right? I just feel like to a lot of people, they introduce what female battle rap looks like in today's climate. And I feel like a lot of fans, you know what I'm saying, a lot of newer fans became fans because of this battle. First Lady Flames and Vixen was just incredible. Both ladies just delivered on all fronts. Vixen's a little bit more of like the aggressive, performative side. First Lady Flames a little bit more of the reserved but extremely bar heavy side. Just complemented each other very well in the battle. Vixen coming off the DNA performance to kind of put her on the map. First Lady Flames, who was always a really good talent, but was kind of lost in the mix. But she showcased why she's one of the best newer up and comers at the time period. Really thought this was a great battle. Just extremely important, you know what I'm saying? I think it was just extremely important for the newer generation of fans and newer generation of battlers in terms of just that time period. So that's what I have as the runner up. Also, another battle I just watched many times. And it's another battle that I watched many times. So we're going to get into number 1, the best battle on the Queen of the Ring platform to me. In my humble opinion, it's none other than Official versus C3. Caskets or Classics 2014. Classic battle. Great style clash. Again, C3 just being extremely well balanced. But then you have Official with like her extremely punch heavy style haymakers back to back to back. Yeah, I love this battle. On a lot of people's eyes, it's like the best battle between the ladies that you will ever find, and rightfully so, because both ladies were just in rare form, and this was a fight from beginning to end. Official landing it's in my intro. Official landing the slave ships bar, and then C3 coming back and having like rebuttals towards like her towards Official's haymaker filled round. Is just there was no backing down from any battler in this battle. And I think that, when you get two battlers that are extremely hungry, that are looking to ascend to that higher level and want that validation and that accreditation from both their peers and fans alike, this is what you get. And it's amazing to see that like even years later, they're both still performing at a pretty high level. But yeah, that's the top 25 battles of all time for Queen of the Ring. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I tried to be a little bit more quick because I didn't want to be extremely long-winded, because I have a lot of other stuff that I have coming out soon. So I just kind of wanted to make something quick and dedicated to the ladies. And before I go, happy Mother's Day to all the ladies that are on the list. I hope you guys had a great Mother's Day.